you to sit down. Jayo Radhama Kunja Vihari Jayo Jayo Radhama Jai Vishnupada, Paramahamsa Acharya, Advaita Srimad Vaichanam Narmida Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, Vishnupada Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Go Premanandi, Samanavata Vrinda ki Jai, all glories to San devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to San Bhagavatam, all glories to devotees, Hare Krishna, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8, text number 35 until 40. Because Sanskrit is quite elaborate here and quite long, so I will skip Sanskrit until text number 40 and then we will chant together. But for now, I will just read translation of text number 35. Translation. Hiranyakashipu had been exactly like a fever of meningitis in the head of the three worlds. Thus, when the wives of the demigods in the heavenly planets saw that the great demon had been killed by the personal hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their faces blossomed in great joy. The wives of the demigods again and again showered flowers from heaven upon Lord Nrsimha death like rain. At that time, the airplanes of the demigods, who desired to see the activities of the Supreme Lord Narayan, crowded the sky. The demigods began beating drums and cattle drums, and upon hearing them, the angelic woman began to dance, while the chiefs of the Gandharvas sang sweetly. My dear King Yudhishthir, the demigods then approached the Lord. They were headed by Lord Brahma, King Indra, and Lord Shiva, and included great saintly persons and the residents of Pitriloka, Siddhaloka, Vidyadharaloka, and the planet of the snakes. The Manus approached, and so did the chief of various other planets. The angelic dancers approached, as did the Gandharvas, the Charanas, the Yakshas, the inhabitants of Kinaraloka, the Vetalas, the inhabitants of Kimpurushaloka, and the personal servants of Vishnu like Sunanda and Kumuda. All of them came near the Lord, who glowed with intense light. They individually offer their obeisances and prayers. They had their hands folded at their hearts. Please repeat. Brahma Uvacha. Shri Brahma Uvacha. You don't have these devices on the. It's quite complex. I don't know if we'll be able to repeat this one. Natosmi Anantaya Duranta Shaktye. Natosmi Anantaya Duranta Shaktaye. Vichitra Viraya Pavitra Karmane. Vichitra Viraya Pavitra Karmane. Vishvasya Sarga Sthiti Samyam Mangunai. Vishvasya Sarga Sthiti Samyam Gunai. Svalilaya Sanhate Vyayatmane. Svalilaya Sanhate Vyayatmane. Svalilaya Sanhate Vyayatmane. Svalilaya Sanhate. Translation, word by word. Shibama Uvacha. Lord Brahma said, Nata, bow down. Asmi, I am. Anantaya, to the unlimited Lord. Duranta, very difficult to find, and two. Saktaye, who possesses different potencies. Vichitra Viryaya, having varieties of cows. Pavitra Karmane, whose actions have no reaction. Even though doing contrary things, he remains without contamination by the material modes. Vishvasya of the universe. Sarga, creation. Iti, maintenance. Samyaman, and annihilation. Gunai, by the material qualities. Svalilaya, very easily. Sanhate, performs. Avyaya Atmane, whose personality never deteriorates. Translation. Lord Brahma prayed. It's not necessary. My Lord, you are unlimited and you possess unending potencies. No one can estimate or calculate your prowess and wonderful influence. Your for your actions never polluted by the material energy. Through the material qualities, you very easily create a universe, maintain it, and again annihilate it. Yet you remain the same, without deterioration. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Or like his divine grace, H.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The activities of the Lord are always wonderful. His personal servants Jaya and Vijaya were confidential friends, yet they were cursed, and they accepted bodies of demons. Again, in the family of one such demon, Prahlad Maharaj was chose to take birth to exhibit the behavior of an exalted devotee. And then the Lord accepted the body of Narasimhadev to kill that same demon who, by the Lord's own will, had taken birth in a demoniac family. Therefore, who can understand the Lord's transcendental activities? Not to speak of understanding the transcendental activities of the Lord, no one can understand even the activities of his servants. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 23-39, it is said, Tanravakya Kriya Mudra Vignehanavijaya. No one can understand the activities of the Lord's servants. Therefore, what to speak of the activities of the Lord? Who can understand how Krishna is benefiting the entire world? The Lord is addressed as Duranta Shakti because no one can understand his potencies and how he acts. Shri Brahma Uvacha Natosmi Anantaya Duranta Shaktaye Vichitra Viryaya Pavitra Karmane Vishwasya Sargaskiti Samyamam Gunai Svadhinaya Sandhate Yatmane. Lord Brahma prayed, My Lord, you are unlimited and you possess unending potency. No one can estimate or calculate your prowess and wonderful influence, for your actions are never polluted by the material energy. Through the material qualities, you very easily create a universe, maintain it, and again annihilate. Yet you remain the same, without deterioration. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Om Ajnanasmiranasra Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshuntamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda O Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All glories to all of you, wonderful devotees of the Supreme Lord. I am amazed and adore your wonderful dedication and devotion. I'm not so long here in Gita Nagari, on maybe 1.5 years or so, and I witnessed different type of retreats. But you are one of the best retreats I saw ever. You are just a reflection of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, movement, Sankirtan movement that he inaugurated 500 years ago. What is Sankirtan? Congregational chanting of the glories of the Supreme Lord. Look at you. You came for Mangalarati. I just was with my wife last February in India after 10 years of not being there. I saw quite a lot of different changes. And when I was in the Mayapur, I was astonished. Thousands of devotees were participating in Mangalarati. Daily more or less, according estimation, 90,000 devotees of Krishna passing through the temple every day. And my heart was melted completely on the spot when I saw. I was running. I was a little bit late. It was like 4:20 or 25, something like this. So I was running to the temple to be on time. And when I saw many dozens and hundreds of devotees, Indian devotees, running from all over to the temple to be on time, I was, oh my goodness, I never saw this before. Oh Lord, this is just only in Bharatvarsha. This you can see only in India. Why? Because Krishna chose this place, India, Bharatvarsha, to manifest his glories, to manifest his pastimes. And you are so fortunate, lucky souls. Of course, you was pious in your previous life to take birth in Bharatvarsha. If you took birth in another place, still in the Indian family, you came to environment of cultivating Vedic culture or remnants of Vedic culture, whatever. But now you are so smart, you are taking advantage of this, what Krishna inaugurated 5,000 years ago or 500 years ago. You got together just for the sake of glorifying the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Even yesterday, I saw from the window of my house, you was chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord around 8 or 9 o'clock, or something. They circulating the fire and chanting in ecstasy. On the beginning, I was thinking, what is going on there outside of my window? And then I saw all these beautiful devotees chanting the glories of the Supreme. Ordinary people who are just worshiping material influence or opulence, they are not into glorifying the Supreme Lord. When they have fire, so what they do? Just putting some meat or something, in the fire to have some, like barbecue or something, and they beer and this and chant, some I don't know whatever. No glorification of God whatsoever. But I was astonished. Hundreds of devotees. Where you came from? From New Jersey? What place? So you came here all together, families, singles, just to glorify the Supreme Lord. And you woke up at 3 o'clock or even earlier, whatever, just to take shower and come. I know for sure that you was taking shower because when I opened the faucet, oh my God, there's no water. And my wife reminded me, oh, it was like even last year. A lot of the water is taking shower. Oh, okay. So, and then you just came here. Some of you ran to be on time to the temple to just worship the Supreme Lord, to greet the Supreme Lord and worship the Supreme Lord. This is amazing. You are the most intelligent people on this earth planet. And because you are following Lord Chaitanya movement, the Sankirtan movement, collective glorification of the Supreme Lord, you are the members of the group that will liberate this planet. You are fully aware what is going on nowadays all over the world. So this conflict escalating and escalating. There's a lot of frustration, dissatisfaction, and hatred is growing. So when we embrace the the process of worshiping the Supreme Lord, we will contribute to ignite this fire of hatred and dissatisfaction and frustration. So, in your hands is good fortune of this planet. If you will share and glorify the Supreme Lord can do everything, like he did with Prahlad Maharaj. As you, who knows the story of Prahlad Maharaj and Lord Nrsimhadev? Raise your hand, everyone. All right. So, as you know, Hiranyakashipu, demoniac father of Prahlad Maharaj, he asked him, okay, you are glorifying this Vishnu. He's an enemy of mine and our family. Don't do this. But Prahlad Maharaj mentioned, my dear father, that Lord is worthy of glorification. No! Your glorification! No, my dear Father, you are just part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and you are meant to glorify the Supreme Lord. Oh, I am all pervading. If your Lord is all pervading. Yes, Father, He's all pervading. He's in this pillar. Yes, Father. So I will special your Lord. And he punched the pillar, and what happened? With tremendous sound vibration that treats all three planetary systems. On the beginning, Hiranyakashipu was astonished. What is going on? The sound vibration is so piercing, so powerful. Yes, indeed. Therefore, you are smart. You are taking shelter of transcendental sound vibration that not only can destroy, like Hiranyakashipu was destroyed. He was on the beginning bewildered and astonished. What is going on? And then later on, he realized what is on the sound is all about. So, but you have transcendental sound vibration that can destroy you. False ego, this false identification of ourselves with this body and mind that we are not. This is very, very unfortunate situation that people identifying themselves with this body, which is just temporary vehicle. Like we are going to rent a car, Mercedes, Mitsubishi, Toyota, whatever. And nobody, when he's coming out from the car and arrive on time for the meeting, is introducing himself, Mitsubishi, Toyota, Mercedes. But we are doing this. Unfortunate, very, very unfortunate situation. We are identifying ourselves. We are so bewildered that we are identifying ourselves with this body, this vehicle. You know, European vehicle, Indian vehicle, American vehicle, African vehicle. We are not this vehicle. We are eternal spirit soul. We are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, we are meant to always glorify Krishna, always remember Him and never forget. And the transcendental sound vibration of the holy name of the Lord, which is not different than the Lord Himself, is so powerful. Is the insurance policy. Who knows what is the triple A? Raise your hand. Triple A. Triple A. Huh? This is about it. You are not from this world. As I mentioned, you are the devotee of the Supreme Lord. You are constantly absorbed with the glorification of the Supreme Lord. You are just creating spiritual environment of spiritual world. You see, spiritual world in your head, in your heart, and your environment. So AAA is this popular insurance company in America that can you can insure your vehicle. Ah, yes, but I have for you news. There's also triple B. Now, tell me what means triple B. Ah, Bhakti, Bhagavan, and Bhakti. Good job. Bhagavan, Bhakti, and Bhaktas. And this is all about, this life is all about Bhakti, Bhagavan, and Bhaktas. When we go to Dham, like like you hear from your organizers, this place is blessed by lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada that he visited this holy Dham, Gita Nagari. in 75, as I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Srila Prabhupada not only visited here, this place, but he was meditating about Gita Nagari being in India in 1956. He was contemplating Gita Nagari, where people from all over the world can get together and glorify the Supreme Lord, and Varnashrama system can be introduced for the benefit of every conditioned soul. Could you imagine? So, and Srila Prabhupada, Krishna helped him to manifest his dream, and he came here to Gita Nagari that was established in 1974 to just see everything, how he can establish Varnashrama. Actually, before he left, he wanted to come to Gitanagari to introduce Varnashrama system and teach devotees of Krishna how to live from the land and cooperate with each other for the glory and satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. So, dear devotees, you are so lucky and so fortunate that you develop this beautiful tendency to get together and glorify the Supreme Lord. Prahlad Maharaj was not so lucky like you, all of you. He was born in a demoniac family. He was surrounded by all demons, but he was so powerful because he completely dedicated his heart to lotus feet of the Supreme Lord by worshiping and glorifying the Supreme Lord. All spiritual power that was emanating from the Supreme Lord mm, was transferred to Prahlad Maharaj. And therefore, because he took shelter at the lotus feet of the most powerful, he also became very powerful. This is the secret or recipe for become power. If we want to be powerful, we want to take shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. How to do this? I prepared for you special fragments from Krishna book. Who don't have Krishna book? Good job. This book is summarization of all Krishna's pastimes. Please, if some of you don't have this book, in our gift shop that my wife is running and welcome center, you can obtain this book. So, Lord Brahma, who is the supreme engineer of this material universe. Of course, Krishna equipped him and nominated him to be an engineer, to be creator of this material world. He's just executive head of this universe. And during certain pastime, Lord Brahma was bewildered. He didn't recognize the Supreme Lord when he appeared in a Vrindavan and he manifested his pastimes. He played a role of a little child, and he was not able to recognize Supreme Lord. This is my Supreme Lord. He is the source of everything. He's source of myself as well. He equipped me with all this transcendental powers by which I can create this material universe. He's just a little child and play here and there. But I'm not sure because he is doing so many different wonderful things. Let me check it out. And when he checked it out, he became completely bewildered because Krishna tricked him. Somebody can think that, oh, I am so smart, I can trick God, like Hiranyakashipu. He got blessings from Brahma, the head executive of this universe, that I want to be immortal. So Brahma, because he is the head of the universe, so if I will ask him, he will give me immortality. So he approached Brahma and begged him for benediction. Brahma told him at the very beginning, it is impossible in this material world to be immortal. if you identifying yourself with this body. If you, of course, Krishna and Brahma didn't went further to explaining that he actually is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and as a spirit soul, he should serve the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Soul, because Hiranyakashipu will be not able to accept this. So he just uh, introduced him to some material abilities. Hiranyakashipu thinking about himself that he's so clever. Okay, you cannot give me benediction that I can not be immortal because you mentioned that even you need to leave this body. It's just question of time. So, but I desire to ask you for benediction. Please bless me that I will not die during the day and during the night. I will not killed by any creature of this universe. No by animal, no by man, and no by any weapon, etc., etc., as you already know. But Krishna is even more clever because Krishna is ability in man, Paurusham Rishu. All cleverness all in us actually originate from Krishna because Krishna is the ultimate source of everything. This didn't take under account Hiranyakashipu. He wanted he wanted to trick the Supreme Lord to become immortal, but but the Supreme Lord to trick Hiranyakashipu, he appeared as half man and half lion to kill him and protect his wonderful devotee Prahlad Maharaj. So this the same executive head of the universe is praying to the Supreme Lord. My dear Lord, people may say that I am the master of all Vedic knowledge, and I am supposed to be the creator of the universe, but it has been proved now that I cannot understand you, who are present before me just like a child. You are playing with your boyfriends and cows, which may imply that you do not even have sufficient education. You are appearing just like a village boy carrying your food in your hand and searching for your cows. And yet, there is no so much difference between your body and mine that I cannot estimate the potency of your body. As I have already stated in the Brahma Samhita, your body is not material. So now we can wonder how that if Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is it's very difficult to comprehend his potencies, his pastimes. So how we can understand him? There's another passage that informing us about the spiritual technology. The best process for understanding you is to submissively give up the speculative process and try to hear about you, either from yourself, as you have given statements in the Bhagavad Gita and many similar Vedic scriptures, or from a realized devotee who has taken shelter at the lotus feet. One has to hear from a devotee without speculation. One does not even need to change his worldly possession or position. He simply has to hear your message. Although you are not understandable by the material senses, simply by hearing about you, one can gradually conquer to the nations of the misunderstanding. By your own grace only, you become revealed to a devotee. You are unconquerable by any other means. Speculative knowledge without any trace of devotional service is simply a useless waste of time in the search for you. Devotional service is so important that even a little attempt can raise one to the highest perfectional platform. One should not therefore neglect this auspicious process of devotional service and take to the speculative method. By the speculative method, one may gain partial knowledge of your cosmic manifestation, but It is not possible to understand you, the origin of everything. The attempt of persons who are interested only in speculative knowledge is simply wasted labor, like the labor of a person who attempts to gain something by beating an empty husk of rice paddy. A a little quantity of paddy can be husked by the grinding wheel, and one can gain some grains of rice. But if the skin of the paddy has already been beaten by the grinding wheel, there is no further gain in beating even a huge quantity of the husk. It is simply useless labor. So, another passage is very interesting. Please open your ear and your heart. If you will remember this in your life, you become very, very fortunate, even more fortunate than now. It's still, my impression how fortunate you are. I was observing from time to time, when during my chanting and just putting some, shooting some glances on you, what you're doing around, and everybody was so focused, like your leader was requesting, with attention, please chant the Hare Krishna, and I saw everybody Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare. Some of you, when noticed that the body is getting a little bit, falling asleep or something, so then stood up and they started to circumambulate. First, this little gentlemen, these little boys and girls, they circumambulated Tulsi and Hare Krishna, they were chanting in ecstasy. And then adults start to circumambulate, and then entire altar where Shishi Radha Damodara is residing. And then almost all temples start to circumambulate. I was thinking, oh my goodness, they are so lucky. I was not so lucky to take birth in this beautiful spiritual environment with having this natural inclination. But anyway, I'm lucky because Srila Prabhupada mercy and my Guru Maharaj mercy that he blessed me with, that I can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and be in amongst wonderful devotees to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra on devotional service. So devotional service and chanting the holy name is the most important factor in our life to make spiritual progress, to advance spiritually. The highest perfectional knowledge is knowledge of the Supreme Lord. He cannot be understood by any process of religion other than devotional service. Therefore, the immediate result of perfect knowledge is achieved by executing devotional service. Key! Good job. After attainment of knowledge, one becomes uninterested in the material world. Did you experience this? I'm sure everyone experiences because during the weekend, all materialistically inclined people are going to places of sense gratification to unwind, to enjoy gratified senses, to waste themselves by taking drugs or alcohol or something, and and degrade themselves even more and more. Immerse themselves in deeper and dense darkness of ignorance. But you are so smart. You took advantage of spiritual inclination that somebody injected to your heart. And by nature, because you was pious in your previous life, you was privileged to take birth in this Vedic culture or remnants of Vedic culture in your family or directly in India. So now you came together for the weekend to spend together chanting the holy name of the Lord. So you are taking advantage of this opportunity to uplift your consciousness. So you have this knowledge. Please cultivate this every day with great enthusiasm. After attainment of knowledge, one becomes uninterested in material world. Like you are not interested to go to places of sense gratification. You came here to the temple of the Supreme Lord to glorify Him together with other devotees. This is not because of dry philosophical speculation. The devotees become uninterested in the material world, not simply because of theoretical understanding, but because of practical experience. When a devotee realizes the effect of association with the Supreme Lord, he naturally hates the association of so-called society, friendship, and love. Love is not about physiology or psychology. Love is more. This is about verb. When you love someone, you do something for someone. Like in your case, you exhibiting your love to the Supreme Lord. It's not just empty words. This is this is very practical. You experience the benefits of spiritual practices. So you came here to practice glorification of the Supreme Lord. So, and in this way, you exhibiting your affection, your loving affection to the Supreme Lord. I am here, my Lord. You was running to come for Mangalarati to be on time. This is manifestation of your love. You care. You want to be on the front of the Supreme Lord. You want to glorify the Supreme Lord. This is devotional service. This is this is practical manifestation of your loving affection to be for the Supreme Lord whenever it's needful. This means devotional service. This means bhakta. I am devotee and servant of the Supreme Lord. This detachment is not dry, but is due to achieving a higher status of life by relishing transcendental melody. It is further stated in Srimad Bhagavatam that after attainment of such knowledge and such detachment from material sense gratification, one's advancement in the eight opulences attained though mystic yoga practice, such as anima, lagima, prapti, siddhis, is also achieved without separate effort. So like we remember about Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj was very powerful because he took full shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. It was many other devotees are like this. One of them is described here. The perfect example is Maharaj Ambarish also. He was not a mystic yogi, but a great devotee. Yet, in a disagreement with Maharaj Ambarish, the great mystic Durvasa was defeated in the presence of the king's devotional attitude. In other words, a devotee does not need to practice the mystic yoga system to achieve power. The power is behind him by the grace of the Lord, just as when a small child is surrendered to a powerful father, all the powers of the father are behind him. When a person becomes famous as a devotee of the Lord, his reputation is never to be extinguished. Lord Chaitanya, when discoursing with Ramananda Roy, questioned, "What is the greatest fame?" Ramananda Rai replied that to be known as a pure devotee of Lord Krishna is the perfect fame. The conclusion, therefore, is that Vishnu Dharma, or the religion of devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is meant for persons who are thoughtful. By proper ritualization of thoughtfulness, one comes to the stage of thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one becomes free from the contamination of the faulty association of the material world, and thus one becomes peaceful. The world is in disturbed condition because of a scarcity of such peaceful devotees in human society. Unless one is a devotee, one cannot be equal to all living entities. Or a devotee is equally disposed toward the animals, the human beings, and all living entities because he sees every living entity as a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So, in this way, as you can see, this is the proof what I mentioned before, that since you are naturally attracted to triple B, spiritual life is all about. And triple B is the spiritual insurance policy for real life, spiritual life. And you are bhaktas, and you have bhakti, and you have Bhagavan. So all this combination is giving you the highest fortune that you can obtain in your present life. As you know, some of you I can see that your body is aging, let's say like this. So you already experience in your present body. Some body are younger but smart also to understand that life is short. Time is running very quickly, especially when you are in 50s and 60s. You can see that every year is quicker and quicker. So we have some hints that this material existence, including our temporary body, is fragile and temporary. And therefore, life is very short. Some of us remember when we were very young, like these little children here. But now we are teenagers, or we are adults, or we are elderly person. So life is really short, and time is running very quickly. So therefore, if we have a real intelligence, so we will take opportunity to make advantage of this temporary body, to to utilize this body for highest achievement, highest benefit, which is pure love of Krishna. And this is the ticket to come back to spiritual world, to Krishna, and continue our loving devotional service to Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. Bene, you are sweet devotee. I didn't deserve this. Do you have any questions or comments? Yes. Thank you so much. Wonderful teaching during morning defense. It's our pleasure like hearing this still last from you. So there are three questions for me. First is, uh, what is your inspirational situation and who inspired you to come into the Krishna consciousness? That is one. Second one, um, like what is your experience before Krishna consciousness and then after Krishna consciousness? What do you want to reaction? Who inspired me to Krishna to come to join Krishna conscious movement, and what is my experience from before joining and after? Uh, as a teenager in the 1970s, I experienced in communistic Poland. By the way, I'm from Poland. My body was taken to birth in Poland. And I learned during my research for absolute truth that actually Polish people were worshipping Brahma 2000 years ago. The name of Brahma was not in Sanskrit Brahma, but Światowid. Światowid is word, Polish word, which consists of two words, Świat, universe, and Wid, one who see. So, and the statue has four heads. Who can be, who is with four heads, and can be known as the supervisor of the universe, Lord Brahma. So I was quite surprised that before Christianity took over Europe, so Polish people were worshipping Światowid, Lord Brahma. But I was curious, as a teenager, I was searching for absolute truth. I was a little bit frustrated by hypocrisy, not a little bit, but quite a lot. Frustrated by hypocrisy and exploitation in this communistic country in that time. And therefore, I decided to become a lawyer. At the end of exploitation and hypocrisy, I was not experience enough to know that actually it is utopian endeavor. So when I was applying to law school, because I graduate mining engineering college in my place, but in my quest for absolute truth, understanding the ultimate purpose of life and who am I, etc. So I landed in the capital of Poland, Warsaw, and was applying to this law school to just realize my ideology, to end of exploitation and hypocrisy and establish justice. So I met at the university club devotees of Krishna, and because it was communist time, talking openly about Krishna consciousness, something foreign was prohibited. So therefore, when devotees were talking about Krishna consciousness, they were talking not about God, the supreme being, the supreme personality of God, the Lord Shri Krishna. No, they were talking about absolute true, something connected with the universe. So it was in this way. But I was picking up the hints, but I was so puffed up and arrogant because I was reading so many different books during my research. And on the end, I was studying Marx and Engels. No, religion is opium for the masses. You shouldn't, because I decided there's no God. Because if there will be God, then he can lead me to his lotus feet. But since he is not giving me this opportunity, so then there's no God. But I will live in my honest way. So those my concocted, speculated knowledge, which we hear today that this is not the remedy. So, but the devotees, being very patient and tolerant, they were explaining, there is there's absolute knowledge, there is authorized knowledge in the Vedas. And then when you study the Vedas, you will know who you are, what this material world is all about, what is the ultimate purpose of life, etc. So after 3 meetings, every meeting I was more quiet. First meeting I was talking, interrupting, and questioning and arguing. Second meeting I was listening. Somehow change. They influence, change my attitude, and instead of arguing, so I was listening. At the end, I was curious. Okay, this philosophy is very nice. You talk very good talk, but do you walk the talk? I was thinking that I will get there. But they explained me how they walk the talk, and I was like, wow, these people are really special. I need to check it out. So the third time they invited me to check it out, and when I was coming to this place, I was feeling like a lion, like an elephant. And the closer I was coming, I was like shrinking to a little sheep. Then some rabbit, and then like a little ant. When I touched the handle of the door of this place, I was like an ant. I was thinking, what's going on with me? And I knocked to the door, and the devotee opened and was like, Ramajoti of this beautiful place. Few devotees only. It was 1980. And I entered, I feel like a little ant. And I sit down in the corner of this place, this little temple, and I was listening with big elephant ear, this Elisa May. And then, and I just said, oh my goodness, this is totally awesome. And they told me, this is Japanese, you need to chant Hare Krishna Maha. Okay, I was chanting. And then in the middle of 16 rounds, I I just felt such bliss, such peace, as is mentioned here, that invoked my inner bliss, happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment, that I decided, oh my goodness, I met lifestyle and people who are from not this planet. This is my lifestyle. I'll be to the end of my life dedicated to this lifestyle. Because I spent 20 years before Krishna consciousness. I really don't like it. I was praying all the time, my Lord, please help me to make spiritual progress. Help me to become Krishna, your conscious of your lotus feet. Please engage me in your love devotional service that can draw your favorable attention, and I will get some mercy of your devotees and be blessed by you. I don't want to experience anymore this what I experienced in my life. So therefore, I'm here already 46 years. and I don't want to come back. Although I was always involved in preaching activities outside, dealing with those who are materialistic inclined, but with compassion. And I was trying to deliver the message and everything what I gained. This Krishna consciousness. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Prabhupada Mercy ki jai, O Pramanande. Shri Radha Damodar ki.